When you're trying to keep up and it's like there's nothing that you can do to get everything done, more things are just piled and piled on top of your to-do list, we don't realize that a lot of that is still our old programming. It's not necessarily that the world is speeding up, it is, but the reason why we feel like we need to keep up is because there's that internal pressure that is always telling us that we have to do all of the things and be everywhere and all of the time, available for everyone. And so we're constantly spreading our energy so thin that there's nothing left for us. So we actually can't be present. What this does is this programming teaches you that you can't be safe in your own body. It's actually safer to spread your energy and to be available and do all of the things, constantly moving, constantly spreading your energy, because you're actually catering and you're adapting to everything and everyone all of the time. So when things calm down and you get centered, your mind gets clear, your body gets calm, all of a sudden your alert hormones signal that we're not safe because it's not used to being like this. We have to train ourselves that being calm, being clear and present is actually safe. And then it's a whole lot easier when you are spread thin and you are trying to keep up, because technically there's nobody that can keep up. It is what it is. We do what we can when we can. And then it makes it okay, because then you'll realize what you're really good at and what you really enjoy, and you'll put way more energy into that because you know how to focus. You see, the trick is when you finally get all of your energy back and you're fully present, your mind and your body slow down for you to hear yourself. And I wonder what they would say if you were actually calm enough to pay attention. If you are present right now, would old wounding come up, old programming, things in the future that you have to get to do, like your to-do list, things for tomorrow or things next month, or regrets from the past, last week, 10 years ago. Those things that again spread our energy, we're sometimes stuck in the past, or sometimes we are way too far in the future to be able to still be present. When you are too far in the future, or you're still stuck in the past, there's several things that could be affecting that. One, you won't let yourself just be present. You can't just be, you're usually in the to-dos, right? Being versus doing, there's a huge difference, and we definitely feel the difference. But sometimes it's not yours. Sometimes it's a boss putting too much pressure on you, you need to stick up for yourself. Or sometimes it's your partner at home that they're always the anxious one, and it's just kind of like coming off onto you. Or sometimes it's the fact that you actually ran from those things from your past that you never dealt with. You have regrets. You have things that you don't have fulfillment from because they were unfinished. Our job is to identify what they are and deal with them, work through the emotions, and organize the thoughts so our body can get calm and clear so we can stay in the present instead of being pushed and pulled in several different directions. But it takes analyzing what's going on with our awareness to be able to pinpoint exactly what it is. Sometimes we're actually demanding way more than our present capacity can really do. This is where your areas of limitation and reality come into play, because sometimes we can't do everything. Most of the time we can't do everything, and that's okay. But if you're trying to force yourself, you will never be content, because you will always be trying to do something that you can't actually do. I get it, I've been there. But we have to recognize when we need to stop doing it, and then we need to hold ourselves accountable when we slip back, because it is hard. Another thing is sometimes it's our attachment wounds. They might have been projected onto us from our parents. Not to put a blame on anybody, but to just be realistic. We do the best that we can with what we have, just like they did, just like we do as parents, and just like all the generations before all of us. But at the end of the day, if you put too much pressure on yourself, sometimes it's coming from you, and sometimes it's coming from those attachment wounds trying to perform to get worth. Our performance doesn't equate our value, and as soon as we realize that, then we start focusing our energy on what's really important to us, instead of trying to make other people happy with what we're doing in our tasks. What this ultimately means is that you know yourself, you know when you're present, and you know when you're not present, and you can hold yourself accountable for managing that, whatever it might be. Sometimes it's spreading your energy, sometimes it's your behaviors, sometimes it's the need to say no, and sometimes it's to stick up for yourself or to deal with past unresolved issues. Whatever the case, our job is to identify it, sit with it, work on it, so that when we move forward, we're moving forward and being present. This is actually self-leadership. If we can't identify these things within us and dig them out to fully understand them, they will always be controlling our reality. And then at some point, we get locked out of our own nervous system, and we don't even know that we're in a false story that doesn't even exist. And the people around us wonder why we're acting and behaving the way that we are. And we don't even know how to turn that off. These are the dangers of not being present. But when we can identify them, then we get even closer to being able to pull all of our energy back, be fully present. And what this does is it helps us be able to make decisions in real time. Instead of making, rash judgment calls, making decisions that are more emotionally reactive based off of false realities that don't exist, false stories from our past, projected energy from other people, or our current inability to just sit still, to pay attention, to see a situation more clearly, then we are in so much more control of our decisions. So stress isn't running our life. So I wonder what would happen if you made sure that the most important thing for you is to use your nervous system as your strategy in your life, personally and professionally. Every time you need to make a decision, and anytime you are communicating with somebody, 100% make sure that all of your energy is with you, meaning your body is calm, your mind is clear, and you are fully conscious and aware of the present moment. Eye contact helps when you're with somebody. Also, visualization. If you are spread thin, visualize it coming back to you and grounding you into the present. This really helps, and you'll actually notice there is a huge difference in the quality of your decisions and your mindset. Because when you are fully present, you are fully in your power. If you struggle with this and you'd like a little bit more help, go to the link below and get access to a free masterclass on the problem with the law of attraction. This is a 30-minute masterclass that I created that points out several flaws in the law of attraction because there's so much that has to do with our nervous system that's completely left out. There's some people talking about the way that we can, recreate our own reality, and that's great. But also being realistic with what that means for you as an individual. If you want to tap into this, I want to help it be a whole lot easier. I know it was hard for me to learn to tap into it and then learn to master it. But once I did, so many things got so much more clear for me. And then the stress of trying to do it right completely vanished because I realized that we are actually co-creators of our reality. But a lot of times we're creating a reality that we are not happy with. So if this interests you and I could help, go ahead and click that link below and sign up. I'll see you there.